Hello everyone, this is Gorax and today I'm going to show you my 8 teams in the Otherworld exploration. Before that, let me tell you something. Single damage rating reaches S to claim, you get 3000 exploration progress. You got extra when you exceed the damage. So I'm gonna show you a low damage team and high damage team in this case to show you the difference, because while it's not huge difference, it is a difference nonetheless. However, the rewards right now don't grant you Echo of Clepsydra, so they are not as worthy, especially the ones rotating here, as that's where the solvent stops as well. It will help you with the talents, it will help you with equipment as well, but it's not end of the world. I believe this is a better change as it doesn't require you to focus so much on min-maxing during this period. This period is a preparation before the end game boss, as it should be in this game. Now keep in mind, the easiest way to hit 200 million damage on all of the bosses would be on Philander and Vasa with AoE. AoE heroes against Vasa and a single target against Philander, as those two bosses are the easiest. However, if you already have a team set up for Vinyara and everything else, you can easily use that team, so don't worry about it. There's only 2 extra teams you need to create, and as you know, Vasa had multiple different options that you could use, as well as Philander. So what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna show you the lowest damage team that I created just for this sake. So we'll move here and you'll see this. This is a single target oriented team against Philander. To make this video quick, I'll just go over the equipment quickly. That does not really matter, as this is just a showcase of this the difference between the high and low damage. So in here, replicas will be using 3 ears, and witches remain. We will have Zarlov with Hourglass and Puppeteer set. We will have Ladelia here using this equipment, just damage equipment to deal as much damage. Joyce will be using this and damage equipment as well. And we will have Citarian utilizing the same equipment and Manticore statue to deal more damage. Just to quickly go over this fight, if you know, Philander takes extra damage from the Salmon hero with the highest attack. So that's what we're gonna do. As you can see, timings are totally on default. All we want to do here is do over 22 million damage to get that 3000 progression. Everything else extra is good, but not necessary. So free-to-play players, make sure you have 8 teams that can do 22 million. So if your Vasa team can do over 200, split that team, because you'll see, depending on how much extra progression we get, it might not be worth it. Okay, so let's pause this fight and see what we can get as a highest result. And here we are, below 100 million damage done with this team. So let's see how much we get, how many points extra we get when we go over 40 million compared to the 22 million, because 22 million grants you 3000. So I'm gonna save it. This is not ideal team, you can come out with a better team, but when we save this, we will get, you'll notice what we'll get is 3000 plus 1047 exploration progress extra. So not too bad. 1000 extra, so 30% extra by just hitting 67 million. So let's go on to the teams that can do way higher damage. So if you remember, my 6th team was against Philander using this Lorenfield setup. This team will do over 200 million damage. You can find the guide for this already on my YouTube channel. And remember, you can find multiple bosses during this, multiple same bosses during this Otherworld exploration. So now, instead of just going and playing the whole fight, we're just gonna press the combat simulation, as we got 30 items per day, guys, per day. So that's so much better. And as you can see, we're gonna do that, and this time around we're gonna do over 200 million damage. Remember also, you're getting buffs thanks to your guildmates doing that as well. I'm not, because on a test server I don't have guildmates. So we've done over 200 million, and let's see the difference. And now between, we had 1000 extra, now we have a 1387, so 387 extra if you hit that 200 million mark. And as you can see on the left, we got 2 tries already, so that's good. Now let's go to Vasa, who is the easiest one to deal damage with, and we're gonna use a setup that I prepared for this. This is not ideal, it's not min-maxed, but this is the team we're gonna use. This time around we're gonna use Gorax instead of Fitz here, because you know she's still bugged here, so we might go with that as well. And just for the sake of this video, this team is doing over 350 million, but for the sake of this video I'm gonna boost the inspiration of Lelvanis, if I can, to make her oh, that's not much, okay, but just to make her a little bit stronger, to see how much damage we can deal. And once again, combat simulation, those of you who will be doing here 600 million, there's some of you who can do that. You'll need to try and see if it's worth it. So I'm gonna show you what damage we can do with 228 million. We'll see how much of this extra thing we can get, as I can't hit the 400 mark here, but that's fine. Okay, so we got 1431. So as you can see, 100 million extra damage compared to the previous try, and it's not really that much. So the next team will be once again against Vasa. If you have AoE teams, you can even try Rally Poison against Vasa to deal extra damage. It's up to you, but I just wanted to make it as simple as possible. And in here we'll need to change just this healer. Obviously, you don't need Vitar here, you can use Rava, you can use anyone else, but just to switch things around so we don't use the same heroes as we used here, that's what we're gonna play with. Skill timings here, obviously, you saw most of these builds already. They are just like that, just to play it, because as I said, if you do 200 million or 250, you're only getting tiny bit of progression extra, so it doesn't really matter that much. And we're just gonna play this team quite easily, similar to what we do with Tauren. Now with this, this might not work as good as we want, but we still will be able to remove that attack penalty from our heroes and deal damage with them. So the strategy is the same, we're just doing this, and once again, thanks to this new option, we can do some extra damage. That's okay, we died, it's alright. We still did over 211 million, and you can see that this extra one is still over 1389, so the difference is really small. So really, it's up to you. So far we covered 4 teams, obviously, and now let's move on to Twitch Rally. This one is the hardest you can do, so if you can't really pull this one off, with what I'm going to do is you will need to basically even use this against Vasa as well, because Huberg and Filto will do a lot of damage here. And as you can see, I moved my team around, so before I was testing other bosses, and then we just do combat simulations once again. Because once you hit this 200 million damage, you should not be min-maxing too much. It's not worth it, because if you get 40 extra progression every day, it's not much, because you need way more to achieve different thresholds. So yeah, I think they made it really easy now, and I quite like it, because we're not wasting time making 15 teams, playing this multiple times just to do 22 million and get extra rewards, as you can see. But if you guys hit this 500 million mark, okay, if you hit that 500 million mark, please let me know how much points you get. I'm actually I want to see how much that will boost your damage here. And here we're gonna play with Flora. Maybe we can upgrade Flora a little bit to see the damage we can do with her, and let's also use this maybe on Casper, although we don't really want extra damage, but let's see how much damage this team can do with inspirations. Remember, without inspiration we're still doing over 200 million damage, so that's not bad. And as you can see, having this extra Jorn copies comes in handy. Same with Felicity. Let's do that. Let's get as much damage as possible on all of these heroes to try and do what people can do. People can do over 500 million damage. Remember, it's all up to Flora's inspiration really to get through that, and hitting that 200 before 200 million mark to jump over to 300 quickly. But yeah, we didn't do that now. Let's try this again. Maybe we'll be lucky enough to do that. Remember, my equipment is still not the best, so you will do way more damage than I do, but just showing you that this extra progress is, while it's good if you can hit 200 million, it's really not that huge of a difference between 200 and 350, maybe, unless you can hit the 500 million mark. So that will be interesting. Obviously, this team you could also run against Philander, so worry not. And that gives us 2, 4, 5, and 6 teams. So we got 2 left. So the last one that I'll use will be just my Dauntless team against Crisis, because obviously since it's already made, why not use it? And let's just play it to get this. And that's pretty much it. I think Otherworld exploration is quite simple. There'll be last team that we need to do against Tamar, but once again, I'm not getting any extra buffs, any extra benefits from the Otherworld exploration, so your damage will be only higher. And on the first day of this, because this is the second day, I didn't even do 8 fights, because I'm not competing against anyone, and the rewards that we get here are not really that important for the overall outcome, I would say, on the end of the season, because this will help us to deal more damage against the endgame boss. We're not getting Echoes of Clepsydra anymore, so this will not change the rankings. It used to. This used to be the most important, one of the most important things you could do to hit these 15 teams, to get the extra Echoes of Clepsydra, but not this time around. And as you can see, there's no much difference here. And that's my 8 tickets, so let's quickly look at the challenge records. So as you can see, all the teams did over 200 million beside one, and this one still got extra 1000 points. So if you can hit, I believe, 150 million with these teams, you'll be getting like 1.2k extra, which is quite good. But all the teams that did over 200 million, the difference was maybe between 10 to 30 extra progression. So if we look at this office here, you need couple thousand between the tiers, so in the end it will not be significant, because this will run only for like a week. So let's say if you can get 400 extra daily compared to those who are doing 200 million, so you're doing like 600 million, right? So if you can do 400 extra against someone who's lower than you, you will gain like, I think it's 9 days maybe on your server, 7 on mine, so you'll gain like extra 3000, which would probably not even mean an extra tier if you look at this, but maybe on the repetition one it would. Let's have a look quickly. So yeah, once you get to the repetition, there's 3000 here, so you might get extra bread. So it's up to you if you really want to min-max. I wouldn't bother too much. As you can see, no Echoes of Clepsydra. You can still get a lot of bread though, which will help you with better equipment, and you can get equipment here and talent points as well. So this is basically right now, this is preparation for the end game rather than something that we had to do and min-max to be able to compete. So this is like a chill time for us now, focusing on everything else, finishing Fame Under at whatever is left for you guys. So yeah, once again, I'll thank you all for watching. Remember to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.